Hey everyone, it's Milo here for the Fellowship of Acoustics. Next to me is
Maico for the Fellowship of Acoustics.
Today we're going to have a look through the store and we're going to find the best acoustics under 2,000 euros.
Yeah, and we're actually gonna look for two each. So we have a budget of 2,000 euros per guitar. And we're gonna try to level out the playing field by choosing one that's, well, sub 1,000, I guess.
Around?
And one between like 1,000 and 2,000. And then we get four guitars and we'll let you decide which is, well, your favorite.
We have a lot in store under 2,000. So we have Dreadnoughts, OMs, double O's, a lot of brands as well.
Furks, Taylors,
Martins, Gibsons,
yeah.
A lot to choose from. So yeah, let's just...
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so we've got an entire store full of guitars, electrics, acoustics, bass guitars, if that's guitar in your book. But we're gonna be in the Acoustic Villa today, which is where I am situated right now. And we're just gonna go in through some of these rooms and see what we can find. This is the European guitar room. European guitars are usually hand-built, high-quality instruments, so the 2,000 euro budget will not be easy to implement in this room, but there are a few Furks that might be interesting to have a look at. So let's see what I can find. And right off the bat, I can see that a few of these are just above the 2,000 mark. This one is not though. Let me just collect a few here, LOO-ish. The vintage 00 MSR Sunburst with a nice piece of rosewood on the back. So I have a BSG right here, also a 00 model with a very natural look. And it's cedar actually, interesting. So I'm just gonna grab these three and get some first impressions. And the things that I'm looking for are how well does it sound acoustically, but I'm also gonna look at, well, does it have any electronics? If I'm gonna be a singer-songwriter, I wanna get an acoustic under 2,000, I wanna be able to play with it live, so I need to take in consideration that either it has a pickup or it's that far under budget that I would be able to add a pickup to it later. This one's right up to the 2,000 mark and it doesn't have a pickup, so it better sound really good to get chosen. Now I do have to be honest, it sounds pretty darn good to me, but the thing is, this room is also very treacherous because the room has a very nice reverb. First impression from my side is that this one sounds a bit brighter. It could also be due to the strings because I'm noticing straight away that these are different strings on here and it could be a bit newer, but I think it's more than that. The other one sounds a bit more open, a bit fuller to me. That one's my favorite right now. I do have to say it's probably because of the fact that it's a Dreadnought. When I'm playing this as a player, this feels really big. I can really feel the body resonating against my chest. Personally, not the biggest fan of this satin look, but it could be something you really gravitate towards. It does have a bevel though, which is very interesting for a guitar this price range. It's usually a lot more expensive. But right now I am gravitating towards this 00 from Furk. So I'm gonna put it head to head to another 00 at the same price range. Cool detail about this guitar though, is it actually has a pick holder. You can just slide it. Oh, dang it, why did I do this? I want to try to find like an LOO body. That's what I'm at right now. And then I'm going to leave my other slot for finding a more affordable guitar with a pickup system in it. Right now we're actually in our little warehouse, which extends all the way over there and all the way over here. This is where we keep the rest of our guitars when they're not in the store. And I've just found the Gibson LOO Special that I was looking for. We can open it up in here and I'll put the bag back. So my colleagues will be happy with me. So now to get a fair representation, I'm going to take it back into the other room so that I have still a little bit of the same sound, because this is a very dry area that we are now. Very different instrument. The plus point for this guitar is the fact that it has a little pickup in it. So it's just got a volume control, but this one is gig ready. Exactly €1 under budget. This one has a bit of a different characteristic than the other ones I've played. This one's a bit more vintagey, a bit drier, and I'm pretty sure Milo will choose a guitar that will have those characteristics. But the other one that I've played, the BSG, I think that was my favorite so far. Quickly play that one more time. Yeah, personal preference, but I actually like the bit more open, brighter sounding sound of this guitar. So I'm gonna choose this one as my first guitar, and then I'm gonna look for another one that's a bit more affordable with a pickup system in it so that it's gig ready for any musician. So let's look out for that.
So it's my turn to pick the best acoustic under €2,000. I've actually done this challenge before together with Koen a few years ago. It was lockdown, so there was no one here at all. I think we chose an Eastman Dreadnought, maybe an E10D thermocured, I think. That was my pick, and Koen chose a Furg OM, if I'm not mistaken. And we're now in the Martin guitar room. There are a lot of new custom shop Martins that are way out of reach. So I know the models that I'm supposed to be looking for. This is actually the D10E with Sapele. This is one of their Road series. Pickup installed as well as a tuner. Quite bright. I think you will find it in a lot of budget acoustics. It's a way to find the perfect guitar that has a little bit of a tamed high end for me, because I enjoy that a little bit more. It's quite a heavy guitar, maybe because of all the electronics inside it. I think I can find a better sounding one. So here we are in the Eastman guitar room. We also have some Blue Ridge over here. There are a lot of very good Dreadnoughts in here that I want to try, because I'm mostly a Dreadnought guitar player, though I also enjoy an OM or triple-O size guitar. It's quite a busy day here at the store, and there are some other rooms that I want to pick some guitars from, so I will just grab them quickly, because I don't want to be a burden to all the other guests here at the fellowship. I want to give them all the space and time to enjoy all of their guitars. So I will be right back with a few other Dreadnoughts that I can compare to the Eastmans over here. So these are the two Dreadnoughts that I grabbed. This is a American-made Gibson J45 for under €2,000. So this is their renewed special series in a beautiful burgundy red. A satin finish, of course, slope shoulder, mahogany, back and sides with a spruce top. I also grabbed a slope shoulder Taylor guitar. We actually had two of this model, the AD17E, and then I saw this black top, which I think looks really cool. Then there are a few slope shoulder Eastmans that I want to grab. One in the corner over here. Looks to be a maple back and sides J45 style guitar. This one is the Eastman E16 slope shoulder thermocured top with a quarter sawn maple back and sides. Ooh, fancy. Another one is this E1 SS Deluxe. This is a E10D. The thermocured. I actually own an E10D myself, and I enjoy playing it a lot. I use it on a lot of stages, and it always performs really well. Mahogany back and sides, which is a nice set as well. Feels familiar to me. I like the E10D a lot. I'm not really a bluegrass player, so a lot of bass response, a lot of really piercing high end is not really for me. I like a more subtle Dreadnought. Let's see if maple can make a difference. I don't get to play a lot of maple guitars here, but every time I play one, I get transported to a similar place because I really like the upper mid-range of a maple bodied acoustic guitar. This one as well, and it doesn't lack any bass or anything, which I sometimes find with maple back and sides acoustic guitars. Looks really nice as well. A bit fancy, maybe for my taste. The other ones are more traditional, more understated. This one is even more affordable. I think it's about $8.99. Wow, really nice sounding guitar. It does really match the E10D that I just played. And it's so much more affordable. It's got a pickup installed as well. I think it has a nice and classic look. It doesn't look cheap in any sense of the word. Quite blown away by this. Might be my favorite. But then we're always singing the praises of Eastman, and I think we have to. There's no getting around it, because below 2,000 euros is just Eastman produces the highest quality instruments, I think. But then there are others. Taylor, also mahogany back inside, so might be in the same region as the E1 SS. Also a really nice sounding slope shoulder guitar. The E1 SS sounded a bit fuller to my ears, but then you do get the really nice ES2 pickup system with the Taylor. This one does have a pronounced mid-range, which I like, but it lacks the fullness of the E1 SS, so it's not my favorite for now. Then the Burgundy, do they call it Burgundy or do they, oh, wine red, call me Ron Burgundy. What I notice straight away is that this one has a sort of a muted sound. It's not as projecting and not as open as some of the others, but then that is sort of the vintage acoustic sound that I really like. Then it's also wine red. It's quite special that you get a Gibson American-made guitar below 2,000 euros. It has a pickup installed, a LR bags, so it's quite a full package. I think I might have to go with this one. Then a huge shout out to the E1 SS Deluxe. I was really blown away by how good that one sounded and played as well. But I think my second guitar might be an Eastman as well. So let's throw this in the mix as well. This is my first choice, the J45 Special in wine red.
So we got a little list in advance before we started making this video, and I had a little look through the list, and this one, the E1 OM Deluxe, that one stood out to me straight away because it's sub 1,000. This is a full solid guitar with a Fishman system in it. This one's also got my interest, the AC122 CE in a classic finish, and this is a very popular model. So it's also a solid body guitar. I think it's $799. $789 at the time of making this video. It's got a little pickup in it, it's got a cutaway, and I think the E1 OM that I have right over there is actually the best sold guitar of Eastman of last year. Actually, it might be the best selling acoustic, I think it was. So let's see how these compare to each other. It plays very comfortably actually, nice neck shape, it's not too big, it's not too flat. It's something I could really gravitate towards if I'd be a complete beginner, or I'm going to be a singer-songwriter who's going to hit the stage for the first time. I want a decent electric acoustic guitar. Very different sounding, and I'm not quite sure yet actually as to where to go. Honestly, the other one sounded brighter, but I think it has to do with the different body shape. I'm really not sure about these two just yet, or at least which one of these would be my favorite pick if I were just starting out. I was actually ready to try these two guitars, but then Milo pointed out that we actually also have an AC122 CE Deluxe in stock, which is actually this guitar. The main differences between these two guitars is the finish. It's glossy versus satin. It's something you can see straight away. The tone woods are actually the same, so it's mahogany spruce. It's actually sapelli, but the big takeaway is that this top has been thermal cured. So it's had a certain process that dries out the wood a bit more to replicate the aging that a guitar goes through time. This feels a lot fuller to me. Thing is that thermal curing is a process that takes time, it takes more money to develop, but this guitar is only €100 more than the normal AC122 over here. So if I were starting out and I had to choose, I'd be pretty sure that this would be the guitar I'd choose over the other one. I know there's tons of other guitars in here that I just don't have time to play them all. If you want to play them all, you gotta come over here, but I've tried to grab different kind of guitars, and yeah, this is what I'm ending up with. So it's this one and the BSG00.
So I spotted a BSG. I know Maico also picked a BSG. They are producing really high-end guitars out of, where is it? The Czech Republic. So there's something in the water in the Czech Republic, because both BSG and Furch are producing incredible guitars for a quite good value. This is their OM10CF with mahogany back and sides. Nice slotted headstock as well. Cutaway pickup as well, and only for $15.99. This is a second-hand one, but I do believe that the OM10CF new is also below 2000. So let's take this into the other room and compare it to some other guitars. So there are two Eastmans that I want to pick, and one is up here. It's a new release by them. It's their E6 SS, if I'm not mistaken. E6 LG SS. I really admire them for building this, because LG2 guitars are so popular. I think this looks incredible. Slightly bigger body, slightly bigger weight, so might have a little bit of a more full sound. I must admit that I do also own a E20 SS, so they're double sized, L00 sized guitar. So I want to try one of the newer ones here and compare them with the rest. We do have an E20 SS Natural. This was a TFOA limited edition. The E20s are with rosewood back and sides, the E10s are with mahogany back and sides. Those are going to be my two choices. We're going to cut through the playing process so that you don't have to sit through it. Okay, so I've played them all, and there are two favorites right now. Of course, this is all subjective. It's only my taste in guitars. And please let us know in the comments down below if you've heard another guitar in here that we didn't pick that's your favorite sound of the day. My two favorites were this E20 SS, maybe because it's also familiar to me as a sound because I own one, and this E6 LG SS. So what I find and what I recognize in my E2000 as well is that the L00 size together with the rosewood back and sides, it produces a sort of a boxy sound, and that may sound weird and a negative point for a guitar, but I really enjoy that sound in this guitar, and also I really like it in front of a microphone as well. I've played a lot of demos with my E2000. So it's bassy and boxy in a nice way, like old harmonies can be boxy, and I really like that sound. We are going to play all the guitars that we pick in front of a microphone as well, so maybe that will translate to you as well. Again, with the natural finish, herringbone on it as well. I just really adore this guitar. It's $16.99, so it doesn't even take up the whole budget of the 2000. Doesn't have a pickup installed right now, so that will take maybe 100 or 200 euros on top. But this is my favorite L00 or small bodied size guitar of the day, so my second choice.
All right, everyone, so we are back in the, well, Eastman room nowadays, and we've both chosen two acoustics under the budget of 2K, 2,000 euros in our case. And I think we've got quite a collection around us. Let's not wait any longer. Talk a little bit about them and give you a good demo.
First off, I wanted to say it was quite amazing that there are so many good, high quality guitars, acoustic guitars under 2,000 euros to choose from. I'm sure that we glanced over a lot that we didn't play that are maybe the perfect acoustic guitar for you.
Yeah,
and there are a lot of options.
Little note to that is that nowadays a lot of those guitars sub 2,000 euros actually have solid wood on the back and sides, on the top, which is not something that was possible back in the day due to production costs and everything. So that's very good.
You definitely don't have to spend thousands of euros to invest in a boutique acoustic guitar or maybe a vintage acoustic guitar.
I mean, you could.
You could, of course, and you're very welcome here. But it is not necessary because there is so much quality below 2,000 euros as well.
Let's show us your first little quality piece then.
So my first guitar I want to show you is this Eastman E20 SS in a very beautiful natural finish with a fire stripe pickguard. So I chose a dreadnought and a smaller bodied guitar, which is what I was after, and this was my favorite of the bunch. Maybe I'm a bit biased because I own a E20
Yeah, natural as well? Or?
No, a sunburst one.
Sunburst.
This reminds me of that guitar. It's beautiful. It has rosewood back and sides, Adirondack spruce.
Specs which you'd see probably like on a high-end D28.
Turbo cured as well. Just an incredible guitar. Shall I play a little?
Let's go.
Such a good guitar.
It's a beautiful little sound. It is quite boxy, like you said, but it's
in a good way.
In a good way. It's a very distinct sound. So really nice. I like the body size, the body shape.
Herringbone as well.
Herringbone as well. And well, like you said, you've chosen a D and a double O, and I've chosen a OM cutaway and a double O. So let's start off with the double O as well. This is the BSG10F Mahogany. Mahogany standing for the back and sides.
Yep.
Cedar on the top, like I've already explained. So different tone woods, completely different.
I think it's a nice combination, mahogany and cedar. Cedar really accentuates the warm mid-range that mahogany offers, and especially on a small body guitar.
Yeah, and well, I've already explained why I've chosen these two guitars a little bit, but I like the fact that they're totally different, just like you did as well. Milo has a D, I've got an OM with a cutaway, so that's a difference there. But I'm curious how this double O compares to that one.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so I am curious how it sounds. I'm going to give it over to Milo, and we've decided that Milo is going to play all of these guitars, and he's going to play somewhat similar parts as well, so that you can have the best representation of what the guitars sound compared to each other.
Yeah, beautiful binding on this as well.
Yeah, that's
really nice.
Really beautiful. This one is,
shiny.
right, like we said, up on the 2K mark, so you can definitely see that.
No room to spare. This one takes very little effort to get a lot of sound out of it.
I know,
Sounds
right?
huge
Yeah.
for a tiny body.
Yeah.
Really easy to play. Beautiful. A little bit of a more modern sound, definitely not as boxy as the Eastman.
Yeah, that is why I gravitated towards this one. Like I explained earlier, it's got the modern, bright little sound, but it's still full. It's not bright and brittle.
No, like you said, it's a more modern sound. The Eastman is definitely a more authentic, vintage sounding instrument, which I enjoy a lot. But this, in terms of playability and sound and looks, craftsmanship, incredible. Something good in the water in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, definitely. So next up.
So the Dreadnought that I chose is a Gibson guitar. It's right on the top of the budget, so also no room to spare. €1, so maybe you can buy a coffee somewhere.
As the other one, yeah.
But you do get an American-made Gibson J45 in a wine red finish.
Yeah.
It's a satin finish as well. You do get a pickup as well on this one. The body is actually a little bit slimmer than a standard J45. Maybe that's one of the points why they decided to...
Special reasons.
Yeah, special reasons. But when I compared some of the Dreadnoughts here, this one did have again, a more muted vintage sound, which I really like. So that is why I chose this one. And I think it's a perfect guitar for any singer-songwriter out there. A lot of them play J45s for some reason. Something about the mahogany slope shoulder Dreadnought.
Yeah.
And the wine red is really cool.
Just one quick remark about what you explained is that, well, like we've said before in the video, this one's ready to gig. It's ready to go. Yeah. And that is something to take into consideration when you're looking for that guitar under 2K, if that's your budget. Do you want a guitar that's really ready to go straight out into the stage? Or do you want the best guitar that you could have sound-wise, maybe just playing on a couch where you don't need to amplify anything because the BSG does not have a pickup in it? Some of these things should be taken into consideration.
Eastman doesn't have one either. So,
we'll talk about the last one in a bit, but this one does have a pickup. So let's see how it sounds acoustically. That's what we're after today. I can definitely see what you mean with the dry, muted tone. Very
like
distinct.
that a lot.
Yeah, I get it.
Gives a lot of room for a voice, maybe.
Yeah.
So when you play with a pick and it's nice and muted, I like that a lot in a Dreadnought
I think it's another reason why the J45 is so popular among singer-songwriters and gigging musicians.
And we got a few finishes as well. So if you're interested, then please come by the store. You can try them out.
Yeah, nice.
So the last one.
Yeah. So this one over here, already mentioned before, just quick, AC122 1CE. It's got a cutaway, it's got a spruce top, mahogany, but the thing that sets this apart from the regular AC122 is a thermocured top. Little pickup inside, Fishman pickup, so it's different than the other models that we've had today that had pickups. But I think that this is a very, very nice value for money guitar. Like we said, actually, well, like you can see, there are two Eastman guitars in here. Eastman makes a lot of good value for money guitars. And
you can also buy a backup.
Yeah, like Milo said, like with the spare money, you can buy a backup or get something different.
Maybe an acoustic amplifier?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Shameless plug right there. Anyway, I think we should just listen to this one. It's a very different one. Like I said, also ready to gig straight away.
Great guitar, plays super easily. and feels very sturdy, feels very high quality.
Yep.
So it's
$8.99, $8.89.
$8.89 at the time of shooting this video, which is crazy. If you see the craftsmanship on this, that's incredible.
Yeah, they also used like decent hardwoods. It's ebony fingerboard, ebony bridge plate over here.
Yeah.
Not holding back any expenses on that.
Sounds great. Plays very easily. Like I said, you have access up here.
Yeah.
Don't know why you'd use it.
Acoustic shredders.
For the acoustic shredders out there. I don't really use that.
Yeah.
But yeah, great guitar.
Nice. I'll take that from you. And I think that concludes everything that we have to say and show you for today.
Yep.
I think it's up to you to make a decision.
So let's listen to Milo and Maico from the past saying goodbye to you all.
Yes, let's go. All right, everybody, that sums up this video for the best guitar under 2,000 euros, best acoustic, I must say. You've heard all four by now, and we're really curious what's your favorite. So be sure to leave a comment or vote in the community poll that's going to be up on our YouTube channel, the community tab, that is. And yeah, Milo, you want to add anything to that?
I think you've said it all. Thank you very much for watching, and let us know if you have any ideas for future videos. We're very open to that, and hope to see you in the next one.
Yeah, we hope this video helped you out finding an acoustic under 2,000. So, see ya.
Bye-bye.